What's up guys, we're 𝗩𝗏𝗣𝗘. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some vintage sounding samples. If you do end up enjoying the video, make sure you do hit that sub button and don't forget to turn post notifications on so you don't miss a video. Let's go ahead and hop into it. Alright, so here's our first sound for our melody. So we just have a bell here, and I like to start with like a simple sound like this. And it should be easy to hear as well. So BPM 127, that's just my default BPM. You can use whatever you like. And then for the key, let's use some, we haven't used like a B. Let's try a B just to switch it up. Let's go in here. And what I like to do, like starting off with something like this, because you really don't really have any like idea. I just like to start very simple. These bells are, you know, very upfront, so we don't have to do too much. We're in a B, so something like that. Let's pull this down. Okay. Let's pull these out. Kind of give it that dark vibe. Oops. And let's see if we can get away with it. Let's see. So let's just change this around. So let's just like kind of add these as like our bass notes, just to kind of cheat it a bit. Okay. If you notice, right, I kind of skimmed over it, but we just pretty much just use this first chord of our scale, right, and then we just kind of added these notes in between, because if you look, it's pretty much just these notes here, right, and then this F is just this note. So we're only using 4 notes for this whole melody. I kind of like that silence right there. So I think I'm cool with this. Let's just kind of stretch these out, just make it sound a little bit better. And I think I'm okay with that. And I think we can move on to the next sound from here. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the flute. And I just want to get this one out the way. I don't really plan on this being a main sound. It's kind of like a lead flute. So honestly with this, we could just kind of use, you know, this same little chord. We could just use the same note just to kind of figure out where we want to go. Okay, I kind of like this placement. Let's pull this up an octave, see what that sounds like. Kind of want it a little bit higher. Okay, that definitely gives me kind of like a creepy feeling. I like that for this melody. And honestly, I think I'm gonna just leave it right there. Honestly, probably turn it down a bit, so we can go ahead and get into the fun stuff, because I kind of want to get the guitar done. Let's just go ahead and do that. All right, so this is the guitar that I'm using. Okay, and we are going to be in the 1/3 grid for this. Okay, so this can be simple, and I think I'm gonna just cheat it a bit. Okay, so we could just take our original, and I'll rename these for you. Just so you can know the like type of sound to use, because I forgot to do that before. So we could just take literally just this. Matter of fact, let's just copy it and cut it, and then we can shift D and just kind of choose the notes. Now just probably do something like this, and let's take this note, pull it down like so. Probably let these drag out, and this should probably play this. I don't want to have that feeling like it's being played. Turn those down. Now we can copy this over. Let's do it like this, and then let's move this in. Well, I probably should have just did it the lazy way. All right, now we have like a little melody to see. Okay, I'm okay with that. I kind of want to do a little bit more. Hopefully it doesn't take. So let's go over this side here, and let's take. I guess we could take this whole thing. I just want to alter it slightly. Let's something like this. Let's give it a little bit of bounce and just keep it on a thirds grid. Oops. Okay. Okay, I kind of like that. It's real bouncy. So let's take this and pull this, and I'm trying not to take too long doing this because this is not really needed at this point, but I kind of want to do a little bit more today. So let's make a chord out of this, pull this over, and at this point you just kind of freestyling, just having fun, trying new things, and pretty much anything you put down will work. We could do a wiggle right here and then kind of drizzle it down. Okay, so with this, let's pull this down an octave, do this. Okay, I really like that, especially this part. So we're done with the guitar, and pretty much everything else should be pretty easy. All right, so now we have arcade for our vocals. You don't need vocals, I just felt like using it. So this is what I'm using. I put it in B minor already. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna and this is dry. I'm gonna add effects after, so it's gonna sound a little weird. But until then, we're just gonna find some spaces and places to put this. So let's go to 1/2 beat, and you just kind of go down. Let's see. All right, that should be good for when we put effects. Let's move this over and kind of like that. I think it's too early. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna copy this over twice, and I think that's good for the vocals. Let's go ahead and add our basses. All right, so this is the bass I'm using. It doesn't really matter what bass you use, as long as it just sounds decent, because you can always add more. So let's go in here. Actually, let's go steal our bass line. So we can go from B to F. Okay. Paste that in, Shift D it. Let's use one of these notes we have. All right, it's got enough bounce in it. So now we just add stuff in, and we can just kind of play around with the timings. And I'm gonna go to the thirds grid, okay? Let's see, because if we do a pattern like this, it should come full circle. So let's try that. Okay. So I think we can copy this over. And I want to do something fun, something a little different. Let's pull this over. Let's take that same pattern we just did right here and kind of just toss it over. Except we just put it in the thirds grid. So let's take this, let's make a chord out of this. Even though it's not technically in the harmony, right? I'm gonna just see how it sounds if we just. Okay, I really like that. Let's use it. Change up the timings just a bit, just so it's a little different. I think that's good for the bass. So now what we can do is throw this in. Now I have this. Now this is just a sub. Now I usually add these with like samples or stuff like this, just to have that subbiness to it, because I just really like subs. You don't have to do this. It's just a personal choice. So kind of has like a. Too subby. All right, there we go. So those are the settings. You just turn these down to 0. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is just put some effects on the vocal, and then we just kind of hear the full thing, and I'll run down some effects that I already have. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I just want to go over some effects real quick. So for the sub, the thing that I changed is I pretty much mess around with the octave. So it was like this, and I just pulled it down, and I just did that off camera real quick because I wanted to see what it sounded like. Okay, so let's go back here, and the only effects that I really change and put on is something on the master and the Vox. So here for the vocals, this is what they sound like clean. Okay, I'll turn this up a bit, and then this is with it on. Right, it really melts it in the background. So the thing that's important, right, and it took me a long time to figure this out, is you want to have a plugin with a formant on it, okay? And you want to turn it either down or up. You can kind of decide what sounds good to you. But usually low sounds good. Okay, this is to get that effect. Okay, so you want a plugin with formant. You know, there's plenty of plugins that do this. And then I just have reverb, ambience, you know, shimmer. You can choose your plugin, and then I have a high and low cut, kind of the mid section a bit. I probably could let it open it up a bit. And then a tape delay. This is just a preference. I just like the way that it sounds. It echoes. And everything else is a default to my template. Y'all already know about this. This is just to kind of improve the guitar, and I don't have the halftime on because we already have enough bass. And then we just have our little flute here just chilling, and then over here same stuff, just a boost in the highs. This is the same template, soft clipper, and then we have this for that, like that vintage sound. Okay, so this is like a little plug-in here. This is just default. I just turn the hum down because obviously that's gonna be annoying, so just turn it down a bit. Now let's listen to it. Alright, and that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.